here we go. Well, not quite. Let's switch over to Stream Raiders here. Another successful victory. Let's see here. Lise thinks it's time you return to Limsa Laminsa. Right, no point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa Laminsa. Alphino said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. So depending upon how things line up, I might be doing another special long stream here tomorrow. Kind of depends upon how things turn out, but it is a possibility. Or, well, later today. Depends upon how you perceive things. Your return, Delusion. I trust you learned much from our Dome and friends in Revenant's Toll. I am eager to hear all, though that can wait until we have left port. We'll have time enough to talk on our journey to Kagane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. All set. I'll see you to the ship if so. Board the Misery. God, that sounds like an inviting ship name.
"12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late."
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well gainst all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
That can't be good.
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, so do I. Odd, most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No, as the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the swirling engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them things the lads saw. Things, I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example? Sea-wolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more, but if you must know, the thing which he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous! Yes, indeed, if it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse, to let the current take us where it will and deal with whatever we find there. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I'm beginning to like you, girl. I assure you, the feeling is not mutual. Once we arrive at our destination, be it a vessel or an island or something else, Lisa and I will remain with the ship to defend it in case of attack. I believe you would be the ideal choice to venture forth and deal with the cause of our troubles. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but will rue the day it reeled us in. Okay, well, I am not doing that as a tank. Nope, you're just not getting me to do it. Wait a minute, I don't have a high enough item level? Well, shit. Well, this I know has it. So as Bard we go. Start this battle here. Jesus Christ, that thing just... I hate this boss. This boss sucks so much. This is like the third time it's just ruined my day. Okay. I need to empty my inventory a little bit. Only a little bit. It's only got like 3 spots left for things to be placed. No, I was actually right. 3. 4 now. Or nope, still 3. But there's a huge snowstorm, and my parents have to wait for a oven to be delivered. So they may not be able to come up to do a watch party with me tomorrow. So I may be here. Not sure what I'm going to play, but depends on whether or not Arceus comes in. If Arceus comes in, we'll be playing that the entire time. Well, actually, let me be sure everyone's got all the best gear I can provide to them here. Because I don't have anything better I can spend on it right now. Oh, it's time for a battle. Out of space again. Well, I just about got everything out of my inventory it's gonna let me get rid of. There. Now to continue the process of emptying my goddamn inventory. These worth anything? They actually are. Oh, it's time for another bite. it's that time. Don't really like any. Good morning, Furious Badger. How are you? Oh yeah, I still need to draw. I need to draw a card for Sakuno for his follow. We'll do that here in just a few moments. Oh, the stupid samurai. Let the tank pull. Don't go rushing ahead of him. He may not be comfortable with large pulls. Kind of interesting how that just kind of popped up out of the water and made a bridge for us all of a sudden. Oh, what platform game is it where you have a mask that follows around behind you? I've not played it, I just watched it. Looks like it'd be like some crazy, insane version of that, like where the mask become corrupted and evil. most to do with that. That sure as hell made that hurt like hell. I'm tired. I did not get much sleep last night. I am not rolling well tonight whatsoever. Sixes, nines, it. But they do seem to be up and right. It is a bunch of samely spirits. That's not what I want to click on. die already. That's creepy. Please stop doing whatever nonsense that is. Not that I have any casters actually high enough to actually use that, but...
Thank the 12. Everything here would appear to be in order. Good. Repairs should be completed by the time we return to the Misery, whereupon we shall resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
Ah, look
I
at that,
remember
looks
the
beautiful.
sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugane. The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Oh, Kagane, here we are. My favorite town. Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. The man from Uda. Despite traveling halfway around the world, Alphino is in no mood to take in the sights. Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you all that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself in any event. Doma is our final destination. Our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Carveline, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Othard were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. 'Tis like Yugiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Othard, assuming they're not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, maybe we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alphino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. This thing again. Despite desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in the large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shikaze Holstery is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect, or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? But of course, surely you do not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain, and may the Navigator watch over and keep you. Hopefully this will be the time we actually get through it, because... Right then, to the holstery. After you. Because guess what boss we got? It's that same one that's kicked our ass a couple times on the Stream Raiders dungeons.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
You do that.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the seventh dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugani and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kagane. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion.
For good reason.
I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
Not wrong.
To paraphrase, Kugani is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
I think
Something to
that's
that
about the
effect,
gist of it.
yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
I mean, it's not like we really have much of any other choice. Let's see here. Ah, yes, that was the secret. That was the secret to beating that damn thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. That is a fuck ton of shit. And you must be the warrior of light, slayer of gods, rider of dragons, savior of Ishgard, stealer of pants? If some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. I knew it. May I say what an honor and pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way, if you'd be so good as to follow me. Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You are now standing in Tenkanto. Loosely translated, the name means a spire of drifting souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the Aetheryte which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlene, yet I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar, will wonders never cease. Far Eastern Aetheryte technologies have a long and storied tradition, I assure you. This particular example was constructed by the Onishishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. Do it if you like. Hancock would like very much to continue talking. Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the aetheryte. Come, come, let us move along. The markets are next. We have arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane Dori. Kugane, as you're doubtless unaware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold. So in this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes or Kugane are earned by the local merchants. It's all quite logical once you learn the language. Now you're beginning to speak my language. A kindred spirit, what a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of a hard-won coin. Hancock of the East Ordinary Trading Company, you are with clients today. Why, if it isn't Master Chiton, pray allow me to introduce you to my esteemed guest, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kugane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Chiton of the Hakuchi clan, and it is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean Guild are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables, here we are. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to draw a card for Sukuno and his follow. We'll do that actually here after the Stream Raiders fight. Just too many, and not enough people joined up. Oh, we'll just keep trying, and we'll keep trying, and try, and try, and try some more. Kind of a fake it till you make it kind of thing. But, let's do that card draw for Sukuno. Ooh, we got a tank of some sort. I can't read the text. Class G's tank. No flavor text. Regalia tank. If we pause here for a moment, this road leads to Aegean Guide, the district in which Aegean or foreigners are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. So you see, I would not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical altercations after all. Such spats being strictly forbidden. The Sexegumi punish breach of this peace quite severely. I've seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation, though to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. What? Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? No. Would that I were, but alas, these samurai are a humorless lot. Why, I recall one instance where when a foreign merchant in the cups dared lay hands upon a Hingan aristocrat in front of a Sexugumi, the samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. I don't even want to think about that. So as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another, or with yourselves in the manner of the late Teleji Adeleji. Oh, how I amuse myself, but we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms not different from those you have seen in the West? Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs, all of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. Seems to be quite pleased with himself. There is oh so much more I could speak of. The soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure district, but you're doubtless still wary of your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices? We have much to discuss, so I'll refrain from further prattle. Come, right this way.
Our thaumaturges took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify, then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Aori Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugani.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugani, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
Okay. Though I'm reluctant to take any action whatsoever, I think we can construe as placing ourselves in Lord Lolorito's debt. We must avail ourselves of what means are available. Our Almegan allies place their faith in us, and I do not intend to disappoint them. Alphino is a man with a plan. It would seem inefficient for us all to venture out together in search of information on Yugiri and Gosetsu's whereabouts. Agreed? Agreed. We need to cast our net wider, split up, and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. But if we're to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations here. Indeed, Tataru would seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and procuring new ones. While she attends to that, we four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. Alice and I will take those in the southern districts of the city, and the two of you can take those in the north. In anticipation of just such an eventuality, I took the liberty of preparing some few sketches of Giri and Gosetsu during our voyage. Wow, warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great. They'll definitely come in handy. Looks like it's you and me, Lucian. Let's step outside and talk about where to start. Wow, Elf New sketches are so... I don't know how to put it, but they're very... Well, see for yourself. Looks more like them than they do, honestly. He could make a living doing this. Oh, sorry. No time for distractions. Why don't we start by visiting Karaku at the Onsen? Onsen? That was it. Let's see. Oh, this one sucks so much. There we go. We'll do that. I'll just leave those two. Come, come, all burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes. There's naught that the mystical waters of the Bokaisen hot springs cannot heal. What is that in your hand? You seek this aura on this Rugadin, do you? 1,000 apologies. I'm going to help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding patrons past or present. Please, we came all the way from Yorza to find our friends. But he doesn't know that you're actually their friends. We have our reputation to consider. Men and women from all walks of life come here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion, and we have ever honored their wishes. Only the Sekisegumi may demand otherwise. I am sorry, but there is naught I can do. I suppose we'll just have to ask someone else then. What about the woman who runs the holstery? Kodakaze, was it? no, there's 3 I'm missing. So there's 2, Pier 1, 3. Oh, no, it's 2 because it's not, I'm at that one. That's why. Duh. Welcome, traveler. Can I interest you in some rice wine? Exceptional quality, delivered but the other day. An Auri Shinobi and Rugadan Samurai. If I may, I would answer your question with some few of my known. If I speak of that which you know, Ejin be not offended. You are familiar with the situation in the lands across the Ruby Sea, the doomed rebellion after 2.5 decades of quiet. I see, and you're familiar with the ways of Hengashi, how we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own. Indifferent and callous, some may call us, but pragmatism is essential if a humble island nation such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolation is impractical, and so Kagane is open to Ejin, and we are equally hospitable to all. Or if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. As you wish. The 2 individuals of whom you speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to make the trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interactions. I will provide you with the names of the captains if you like. You've been great help, Mistress Kotokaze. I'll be sure to come back for that wine sometime. We would welcome your customness. We should question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first fight, take the first 3, I'll take the rest, and we'll meet here when we finished, alright? Good luck. So where are they? Looks like they're over there on Pier 1. Oh, and I just noticed that the boss bar was beaten by Sukuna when he followed. So we'll add our standard 30 minutes here to the stream. So we'll be going for 3.5 hours. You asked me if I've seen this Auri woman and this Rugadan samurai. The woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was for Doma, but I could not help him. We travel solely between here and the Radzat Han. It would be an unreasonable detour. Yes, a Rugadan gentleman did approach me. He wanted to charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the mad devil. I assume well, like all the others before him. The woman, nay, I know her not. It is a really cool looking ship. Passengers know we no longer offer that service. Too much trouble, now we only transport goods. I told this to Samurai and sent him on his way. Woman, if it is the woman you seek, the pleasure houses have plenty. Hopefully at least it's better luck than we have. How did... Oh, never mind. Judging the look on your face, you didn't have much better luck than I did. Lisa's about ready to give up. Well, I suppose we might as well head back to... Wait, I've just remembered. There was someone on my list I forgot to visit. Gyodu. He's an Amazu fisherman, whatever that means, and regular here. Maybe we'll find him if we look around. The catfish people. Why do you stare? You have business with me? Yes, a talking fish. How very observant of you. You find me in good spirits, so your rudeness I will ignore this once, but only if you address me again in the proper manner. Sorry, I've never met a... Let's start again. You're Gyodu, right? My name is Lise, and this is Illusion. We're looking for some friends of ours. I see. Both these ones I know well. I helped them secure passage across the Ruby Sea. Really? That's wonderful. Could you do the same for us? Yes, this would not be a problem for you. I could charter a ship this very day. But the journey is fraught with much peril. The fare will not be cheap. Are you sure you can afford to pay? I didn't think to bring any money, but surely Tataru will let us take whatever we need from the scions' coffers, right? No, probably not. We wouldn't be the only passengers, though. Could we take a moment to talk it over with our friends? Yes, yes, but hurry. Your ship must depart under cover of darkness. We shall meet again at sunset on the Tasugari Bridge. Do not forget your fare. Bring Minnie Gill. Yes. So time our luck changed. Alphino and the others will be thrilled. Okay. We spoke with a number of merchants and captains at the southern piers. Several recognized Gosetsu and confirmed they had been searching for a vessel to deliver him to Altharden. None, however, made any mention of Lady Ugiri. Yes, it was the same story for us, and then you'll never believe what happened. So this Gyuru claims to have aided both Gosetsu and Ugiri. How fortuitous. Not the word I would have chosen, Master Alphino. Stupid's what I'd call it. How can you agree to this price without making any attempt to haggle, or even confirming what it was in the first place? Yes, that too was a misstep on their part, but it's not what troubles me most. Kyoto and his brethren are not renowned for the generosity of spirit. Rather, they are disdained as scheming moneylenders, ever eager to turn profit from others' misfortune. Everyone else we had questioned stated that Gosetsu was alone. Only Kyoto claims to have met both him and Ugiri. I suppose it's just possible that Gosetsu's made inquiries by himself and only called upon Ugiri once he had found a willing captain. But it's equally possible, if not more likely, that you are being deceived. Do not forget that there are parties present in Kugane with agendas which may run contrary to your own. The voice-writer was once a spy herself, as I recall. I should be surprised if she did not have a countless agents here in her employ, all eager to prove themselves to their new master. And what better way to do so than by delivering her the heads of foreign insurgents? Fine, you may be right about him, but if Gyoto's working for the Empire, who's to say he didn't try the same trick on Ugiri and Gosetsu? I mean, if he did, he might know where they are, and if he succeeded, they might be in trouble. Anyway, if he holds up his end of the bargain, we'll have nothing to worry about. Well, but if he tries to betray us, I vote we take him prisoner and punch him till he tells us the truth. So Strap will spring it and deal with the consequences. I like the way you think. Very well, we should prepare for the worst. Ataru will remain here, and I shall follow the three of you at a discreet distance. Once more, I must caution you to avoid physical altercation at all costs. Even should Imperial agents attempt to engage you, the Sekisei Gumi will not hesitate to clap you in irons or cut you down. Whatever they feel like. If anything untoward should happen, you are to return here at once. Is that clear? Well, that was good and quick. To review, Lise and I will meet with Gyodu as planned. Alpha will keep watch from a distance, ready to provide support in the likely event that Gyodu attempts to betray us to the Imperials or to whomever else. Should that happen, you and Lise will subdue him, and together we will make our escape. As our actions will surely draw the attention of the Sekese Gumi, we will evade them with Alphino's assistance, return here with our prisoner. Does that meet with everyone's approval? Of course, these precautions will be for naught if Gyodu does not play us for fools, but we shall see. To the bridge! I don't know. It does seem really suspicious, so. Our would-be allies nowhere to be seen. Make ready. Something smells fishy.
He's late.
Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours, yes, yes. This way, quickly now.
There's no ship here.
Enough! Where are you taking us? Where is the ship?
This ship. So very sorry to inform you, yes. Long before was it pledged to another. To me, these ones are for Doma.
I knew it couldn't be this simple.
Nothing personal, yes, just business.
Then business is about to take a turn for the worse. Come on, let's find a way out of here. Of all the bloody places. Of all the bloody places.
Well, that's the disturbing alarm. Aspects of the Sekesegumi have caught our scent. Since fighting them is out of the question, we'll have to wind our way back to the Ruby Bazaar, evading the patrols as we go. If they find you, use these smoke bombs to make your escape. Use the smoke bombs to evade the patrols. Be warned that attacking the Sekesegumi will result in failure. Fun. I would if they'd let me do it. Shit. You're right, I am. Very close. I certainly hope so. You have more faith in this than I do.
Stay hidden and quiet. Understood?
Clear the road! Clear the road! You there, Korjin. We seek 4 foreigners. One, a brutish woman carrying an unconscious Namazu. Have you seen them?
For foreigners, you say? Ah, yes! Very rude they were, making no apology as they barged past. They went that way, I think.
Many thanks, good sir. With me, they cannot have gone far.
Well, that's what you think. Well, I mean, we didn't go far, just in the opposite direction.
All is well. The Sekisei Gumi will not return this way for some time, I should think. You are of the East Aldenard Trading Company, yes? Come with me. I know a safer way.
You are returned. And with guests, I see.
Our meeting went about as well as expected. We've brought the Namazu who thought to betray us. When he wakes up, we'll see what he knows about Yugiri and Gazetsu.
Well done, you. When I saw the Seki Segumi out in force, I did begin to worry, but I see my fears were misplaced.
Actually, if it weren't for Soroban, we might not have gotten away.
'Twas my pleasure.
Oh, god damn it. This.
Yet I must ask, Soroban, why would you deceive the Sekisegumi to help us, foreigners of whom you know naught?
I just have no luck on
Why,
this
out
boss
of the
on
kindness
floor
of my
6.
heart, is what I would like to say, but my motives are not so pure. I chanced to witness your meeting with Hancock at the tavern and saw an opportunity.
An opportunity?
Like many, I came to Kugane as a trader to make my fortune. Kojin of the Red may serve the Empire as mercenaries, but Kojin of the Blue walk a different path. Regretfully, most here would rather not meet our gaze, much less do business. So I seek the custom of those less predisposed to dismiss us outright, namely the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Quid pro quo, is it? Well, there is no denying that we owe you a debt. What say you, Hancock? Will you consider doing business with our entrepreneurial friend here?
Rest assured, Master Soroban, that in matters of trade, the company does not discriminate. We would be honored to hear your proposal.
I promise you will not regret this, good sir.
Well, we'll actually be the judge for that.
Yes. You sought passage across the Ruby Sea, did you not? I have a ship you can use.
You do? Well then, far be it from us to refuse. You have our deepest thanks.
And you mine.
I'm still annoyed he tried to deceive us, but at least we were prepared for it. Even so, next time we should probably try to avoid running around Kagane in the middle of the night with half the city guard snapping at our heels. Lise would like to ask Kyoto a few questions. Right then, Gyoto should be coming around soon. I think someone had a little chat, don't you? Rise and shine, little fishy. I know you can hear me, so stop pretending to be asleep, or I'll give you another ride on my boot. No more boots. All my secrets are yours to be asking, for the asking. Tell us what you know about Yugiri and Gosetsu, every last detail. And if I find out later that you lied to me. No more lies. The clear and unvarnished truth. You have my word. Only the samurai did I meet. Yes, only him. He asked after a ship, so I provided an introduction to the Garleans. You mean you let him into a trap as you did us because you're an Imperial spy? No, I am no spy. It was just business. Fewer ships pass through Kugane these days, and we have struggled to make ends meet. So when the Garleans offered a bounty for any domans found in Kugane... Oh, my mistake. You're not a spy, but a common cutthroat. Not that I'm surprised. You didn't have to brain to be a spy, so what happened to the samurai? Such a cruel, vicious tongue you have. He would not go quietly. No blades were drawn. Men were cut down and the Sekisegumi came. They took the samurai away. Hold on, Mo. You mean to tell me the Aegean they arrested the other day was Gosetsu? Oh, had I but known if he is in the custody of the Sekisagumi, I'd only see to it that the requisite funds find their way into the right officials' hands, and your friend will walk free. As it isn't Oda, so it isn't Kugane, but given the circumstances, it seems we have no choice but to resort to morally questionable means. I'll make a pragmatist of you yet, Master Alphino. You are free to wait here while I speak with the relevant official, but if you would rather wait for Gosetsu outside the barracks, we can go together. I won't put it past the Imperials to try something again, so mayhap it would be best if Lise, Illusion, and I joined you. Alright, but what about Kyoto? I will keep an eye on him for the time being. We can release him after you return with Gosetsu. He'll doubtless have some choice words to say to the little fella. Sir, but mayhap it would be prudent to prepare your ship for an immediate departure? As you wish. Everything is in order, then let us be off. The Sekisagumi barracks are to the north. I must ask that you wait here. You may be assured that this will not take long. They're going to be as simple as he says, do you think? You said it won't take long, right? Because this feels a bit long to me. Calm down, Lise. Everything is going to be alright. Much as I hate to admit it, I share Hancock's dim view of government officials and their supposed incorruptibility. Far from what I've gleaned of the Far East, they're probably exchanging lengthy pleasantries. There seems to be a correct way to do everything here. Forever being no exception, I say we leave them to it. Right, everything's fine probably. I mean, it couldn't be as bad as the last time we stood around waiting for something to happen.
How about you?
But I didn't realize that Gosetsu was a Rugadin.
That was Gosetsu. I'm sure of it. He's in trouble. Lise, wait!
I suppose we should follow her then.
Yeah, probably.
Victory to the samurai!
How many is that now? 10 in a row?
Kazetsu!
Oh, this is a surprise. What in blue blazes are you three doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. We've been looking all over for you, and then I suddenly heard you screaming.
It would seem there has been a misunderstanding. Allow me to explain.
So, in summary, you started a brawl with some off-duty Imperial soldiers and were subsequently arrested by the Sekisagumi, whom you somehow befriended and convinced to set you free if you could defeat a given number of them in single combat.
10 bouts for my freedom, aye. 'Tis but a pity you came too late to witness the last one. And with that, I'm free to go, yes?
Our word once given may not be broken, but we pray you make every effort to avoid future altercations. Circumstances notwithstanding, my lord, we are honored and grateful to have witnessed firsthand the skill of a Doma samurai.
Ah, and we had just concluded negotiations. I gather my assistance was not required.
Nope. Once more to the Ruby Sea. For a man who has just defeated 10 samurai in a row, Gosetsu is looking rather sheepish. I must apologize that you endured such trials and tribulations in search of me. There's no need for that. You had no way of knowing we would come looking for you. You were after a ship to take you to Doma, yes? It just so happens we have found a willing captain. Truly, what fortune. We'll tell you all about it back at the company offices. Alphino and Tataru are waiting for us there. son of a... Kosetsu, think the 12 you are unharmed. As you can see, Master Alphino, I'm the very picture of health. You vile fiend, malevolent trickster, how find the Kamiar to grant me vengeance so soon? But first I must demand you return the coin you so villainously embezzled from me. You have every right to be angry, good sir. Gladly would I return to you your coin had I not been forced to repay certain gambling debts beforehand. Sailing that matter aside for the moment, where is Lady Yugiri? Was she not traveling with you? For a time but we parted ways some time ago, the better to improve our chances of finding Lord Hien. Lord Hien? Forgive me, I have yet to explain. Lord Hien is the heir to Doma's throne and our master. His was a passionate voice for the cause of Doman liberation, and when we learned of the Emperor's death, it only grew louder. So you seized upon the opportunity and rose up to reclaim your freedom, only for your hopes to be dashed when Xenos led his army onto your lands. The Crown Prince was a merciless foe. Against him and the might of the 12th, we had no chance. Once Lord Hien understood this, he bade Yugiri take to the sea with as many of our people as possible. He, however, would stand and fight, but they might have more time to escape. I remained by his side as well, and together we carried on our doomed war. And then one day in a fierce battle we were separated. I knew not what became of him, only that he was beyond the Empire's reach, and that to find him I would need Yugiri's aid. The situation grew more perilous by the day, for the new viceroy, Yatsua, is a black-hearted villainess who delights in the torment of our people. There is naught she would not do to further her pursuit of Lord Hien. Thank you, I believe that makes matters a good deal clearer. It should please you to learn that we are here to come to aid the Doman Liberation Front in resuming their efforts to overthrow their imperial oppressors. Allow me to join you. My inquiries here bore no fruit, hence my desire to return to Othard. Once there I can lead you to our headquarters in Yangxia, where we shall all be reunited with Yugiri. Maybe not all. Alphino's talents would seem better applied here in Kugane, working closely with Tataru and Hancock to feed us intelligence. There is a Garland embassy just down the road, after all. Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence. I should be glad to accompany you all. As a soldier in the field, so to speak, come now, brother. A competent commander assigns his soldiers to tasks best suited to them, as you of all people should know, and you are so very good at espionage and intrigue. For all, we must serve each other, each in our own way. Very well, it would seem my place is here. Sorbonne is waiting at the pier. Have fun, you lot. I have been waiting for you, my friends. All preparations have been completed and my ship awaits its passengers. Shall we depart without further delay? If you insist with me, everyone, the Ruby Sea awaits.
I remember the water, how it turned crimson in the morning sun. A shimmering sea of rubies, stretching from horizon to horizon. You could almost believe it went on forever. But beyond that red expanse lay a land in turmoil. On the shores of Othard, our Doman brothers struggled in vain.
I don't know if I placed that. I don't think I placed that right. I didn't. Oh god, I hate this thing so much. Because it's just going to wreck my day all over again. Well, it's just with the damage output of this thing. It just fucking wrecks all. And it just does not take damage. I hate this thing. That thing you need a crap ton of people to join in and to fight. And I'm just not getting that. But that'll be it for Stream Raiders tonight. Because we're just so close to finishing up. How wide and beautiful she is, the Ruby Sea, filled with promise and adventure and treasures. Many wonderful treasures. One does not simply cross the Ruby Sea, as Sorbonne well knows. Now, in order to reach the shores of Othard, we will need to cross the resplendent waters you see before you. However, this is easier said than done. Now, in order to reach the shores of Othard, we will need to cross the... To set forth without making the necessary preparations, invite the Confederacy to claim your vessel, and your life should you resist. But this fate can be avoided by paying the ruby tithe, thereby earning you the blessing of the pirate lords. So let's go and greet them. Our destination is to the isle to the west. That doesn't look very far to me. Why don't we jump in and swim for it? I've had my fill of boats. Next idea. I think you shall find the water to your liking. I'll use my ship to deliver those less inclined to the isle. I passed where I was supposed to go. I wasn't paying enough attention. Oops. Right, this should be easy and a good way to loosen up before the next fight, whenever it comes. Triangle says I beat you there. Well, yeah. This game's going to give it to you. Ah, there you are. I trust you enjoyed yourselves. Follow me, my friends. The one with whom we must speak is a man named Tansui. I fear you have the advantage of me. Most honorable and esteemed warrior of light, I am Tansui, a humble mate who serves at the pleasure of the Confederacy's captain. As you are in the company of the Shellback, I presume we have business to discuss? His face betrays nothing as he looks you up and down. You wish to pay the ruby tithe, yes? With your guild, perhaps it is just as well. Foreign currencies are in demand these days. I would pay for their passage to Othard. Does this sum meet with your satisfaction? sea has been quite tempestuous of late. I cannot say with confidence that you would reach your destination safely unless you tripled it. Do you take me for a fool? I know the prices do all. Alas, we live in interesting times. As you came from Kugane, I should think I need not tell you that. The shadow of war looms, the wise and the cautious shirk our watchers and our custom, and the foolhardy sharpen their knives in anticipation. Meaning... Sir, you've got to come quickly. The bastards are at it again. I tried to convince them to stop, but they weren't having it. Very well, I will be there shortly. A proposition. Your comments strike me as a worthwhile investment. I would not hear men name me a cat before Kobin, so I should consider their tithe paid, not for what they have done, but for what I expect they will do. I'm not sure what to make of that, man, but at least the matter of our tithe is settled for now. What was that he and the other pirate were talking about? Maybe we ought to go and have a look? You're gonna be in my way, aren't you?
Gentlemen, I'm told you are most unreceptive to my associate's requests. I realize you do not look kindly on the Confederacy and her ways, but if you refuse to pay the ruby tithe, your safety in these waters cannot be assured.
Spare me your concern, pirate. Your feeble attempts at extortion will not work on us. You remain at large because we allow it. Because you are such insignificant little pests that we see no need to swat you. But if you wish to risk the ire of the Viceroy, by all means, fire upon an Imperial vessel. Give us a reason to bring the full might of the Garlean Empire to bear against your pathetic fleet.
Bastards!
Gentlemen, Surely the fact that you have such limitless resources at your disposal gives you all the more reason to spare some few coins for the less fortunate.
All talk, just as I thought. Come, let us away. I have no time for this rubbish.
We're all the same to them, aren't we? Savages to be ruled or slaughtered.
They've always balked at paying the ruby tithe, but they were never so eager to pick a fight. The problem, you see, is that many of my comrades in the Confederacy are of Doman descent, and the acting viceroy, well, she's none too fond of Domans, to say the least. If we take any action to hinder the safe passage of an Imperial vessel, she'll accuse us of attempting to foment rebellion and brand us enemies of the Empire, which we can ill afford to be. Like the man said, we're all talk.
And where did the Kojin stand in all this?
With the winning side, of course. They're mercenaries to a fault, eager to offer their services without coercion. The Shellback could tell you more, though something tells me he would rather not.
I don't understand. If the Garleans are causing the Confederacy this much trouble, and if so many of you are Doman to begin with, why aren't you willing to fight back?
Spoken like a true friend of the Doman Liberation Front. If you're planning to rouse us with noble words and grand promises, don't bother. We all know what the Imperial Army can do. Compared to them, we're boys with boats. Besides, what ties a man may once have held to his home are forsaken upon joining the Confederacy. We look out for none but our own. Be that as it may, our livelihood is under threat, and the captain will need to decide soon whether we're to go down in a blaze of glory or bow and scrape for crumbs from the Emperor's table. All while our friend the Viceroy continues her purge of Doma's radical elements. I believe she's holding court in one of the fishing villages even as we speak.
That she-devil! Her perfidy knows no bounds! She must be stopped! Come, let us find Soroban and put us here at once!
Tell the others that these ones have paid. We all have places to be.
Wait for it. Come, Sorbonne cannot have gone far. Though now that I think on it, passing strange that he left without warning. Mayhap he did not wish to be seen by his Kojin brethren. I doubt he thought to leave us behind, but nevertheless it may be prudent to return to his ship, or at least to the Confederate encampment. My friends, 1,000 pardons. As you may have guessed, I was reluctant to be seen in your company by my red brothers. Ours is a complex relationship. I pray you do not misinterpret their actions as a reflection of our allegiances as a whole. You understand? Kami be praised. Too often are shellless quick to judge all Kojin for the deeds of one. Right then, now that our business with Tansui is concluded, we can traverse the Ruby Sea without fear. Well, that's going to be it. I'm going to go try and get over to the Aetheryte, but I'm going to do that off stream. Let's go take a look and see who's out there to raid. Let's see here. Go with Beauregard. We'll move over. Go ahead and copy and paste this into chat. I'd like to thank you all for joining, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll be back with more content tomorrow. Not sure exactly what time. Depends upon. We may be really, really early. We may be on time. Just depends upon weather and some things. But have a good night, everyone.